for Jesus. He is good and we're okay. Jesus Christ is really good today and every day of our life, and he will be good. God is Jesus. Jesus is King. Jesus is God. He knows everything. God knows everything. How that is true. Even though Jesus is sometimes God, and God is not really Jesus. God does everything. Jesus is sometimes God and then goes back to being Jesus. And Jesus is way more beautiful and good than any of us. That's why he'll be king of all of us. And we're all God's children. If you're righteous and good, you're God's child. And we have to do what Jesus says. We have to do what Jesus says. Praise Jesus. Maybe I'll stop lifting heavy weights, but it was an easy way. Like I would do like a super big thing, and then it would make me like look really, really good in my entire face. You know, my face, my neck, my chest. You know, people like to not have fat boobs if they're a man. They don't like those, whatever they're called, pecs. You know, they like it to look kind of, you know, like so people can't make fun of them or something. So there's an easy way. I would do like a really big bench, really big. I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't feel bad. It was like okay, here's like the normal amount of bench press was like here, you know, do some kind of bench press, and then I would do a super huge one that didn't feel like. If you can't, if that's how you look at it, if you think that it's like some really strong steroids guy who's a wrestler, then I can't explain it to you. But it was like doing a really super workout, like somebody who runs maybe going a really long distance or something, and then they get the way more benefits. Like here's like the normal people's way, like they get it to about here. And then if you really go super good, then you can get to those huge levels of things that you want to achieve. When you work way harder, then you might enjoy the work and doing more and better, and then you get the level up to here. Like I'm trying to see if how you see this, but this is like the regular levels people get up to here. If you keep trying to get up to here and get motivated, wow, that's a miracle to be able to get up to there. And then you can work at getting up to there or getting up to way off the charts. But if it's too high off the charts, that's only in heaven. That's only in heaven. So the reality is that some people are happier, down here, and it feels like when they're down here, they might feel like they have everything, but it feels bad. Sometimes people like to achieve huge things, and that's how they are, and they get sad if they don't. That's why I've been a little bit depressed. I got a little heavier. Maybe I'll look okay, but I feel a little older and heavier. And it's enough to where it made me depressed, just the things I was going through in my life. But I look so good compared to almost anybody, I guess. I think, or I'm starting to look older than them. I don't know. But so many of them are older and they feel way better, and they feel like they have everything and they don't even think about it as looking older or something. And I don't know. I felt okay. Hi, let's see what there's somebody chatting on here. Hi, let's see if somebody chatted on here. Hi, Frederick Frankenstein. Hi. All my worries went away. Well, this morning I suffered. See how many hours I suffered for this morning. It wasn't that bad. It'd be easier to be at peace in heaven, but you can't hurt yourself to get there. So maybe it'll be okay one day here. That was the miracle why I got happy. I was depressed. I couldn't see how it would ever be okay. And then I realized that God is going to give me a storybook ending. I thought I had it worse than everybody. Wasn't wherever everybody is. If you want to make a graph of how you feel, and this is like the level of how you feel on a scale of 1 to 10, the vertical one. I'm trying to see if do you see this as left to right? And here is like feeling the worst. Here is feeling the best. I wonder how good most people feel in society. So I have stuff like that I ask people about on this channel. You can go to and you can vote and see how you feel, and you can see how others feel too. Once you vote on the thing or whatever, and it doesn't trace who voted or anything like that. And it's like a statistical thing, and they can't tell which YouTube user clicked on what. I think. I don't worry about it anyway. So God says not to worry. God says not to worry. You know, I'm not trying to take it for my own selfish reason, for my own statistical thing. But I've been kind of selfish, and maybe that's why God punished me and made me depressed. Because God isolated me from others. He put me here alone, away from my wife and kids, and I needed this security or something, which I'm not supposed to be able to say. I needed my wife, so then I could go out in public and be confident and do things more. And when she was taken away from me, I stayed inside by myself, and I made all these God and Jesus videos. And I also worked on this house, and I made it go up in value, so I had enough money to borrow against it so I could keep paying my bills. And that's what I did. And I was fortunate that I had my mom and dad who helped me to like have some money in real estate, even though I only worked like 20 years full-time hours, but barely considered full-time hours. 5 hours and 40 minutes a day, 5 days a week with holidays, or something like that, or 4 or 5 days a week. 5 hours and 40 minutes a day with holidays for 20 years for my mom and dad. But because it was, I guess because I know how to do their kind of work or something, real estate. So it's pretty much you buy old houses for as cheap as you can get them, for the lowest cost you can get them. They won't be a tear down, and you can get it insured. So if anything happens to it, won't go wrong. Like, so if there's a fire or anything wrong with it, you know that you won't lose your investment money. Like if you can get a house for $10,000, like a really small little shack on a piece of land somewhere, and then do work to it, and then I don't know if you can buy them for $10,000 anymore. Some you may be able to. I don't know. I know so much about it that I know that there are some that you can buy for $10,000. But wow, you have to be careful. It may be a little shack about this big with a toilet and a bed in it or something for $10,000. Because now the prices have gotten expensive. Or you could try to get a place that already has existing plumbing and electric, and then you do the work to it, and you can hire a contractor person to work for you, or sometimes you have to study the laws and everything. I don't even want to do it again. It was so hard to do. But I might have to. And so I may get to retire, because I've been through so much turmoil and unrest and work and suffering just to be where I am today. And it's been so frightening that I thought I might end out on the street tomorrow, because God can take all your money away, or God can give you millions of dollars or billions of dollars or something. Only God can do that, because money is temporary on this earth. Godly values are most important. Kindness to others, repenting for the sin that you've done when you're by yourself, not giving into temptation. Wow, I gotta really not give into temptation, no matter how. You gotta try to not give into temptation to lust, or not look up to false idols. I don't do that ever. That's for you. That's for other people. Don't look up to false idols. Maybe when I was younger, I'd look for people who had like a really good looking, cool physique or something that actually looked cool, that wasn't too skinny. the one that actually looked really, really cool, that was like doing everything the best, and I would be like, yes. And then I'd try to be like that person in the way that I looked, but like me, I never tried to be like their personality. I maybe tried to have the same looking body that was as cool as them, but now I'm like, you know, fatter or whatever, heavier, fatter, but I'm not fat. Hi. Yo. 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 Hi. Excuse me. Probably find some normal looking pants. These are baseball pants, but I thought they had a cool design. Like, I thought it would look stylish, and I happened to get these online somewhere, vintage baseball pants. They might only be from the year 2000 or 2002. That may be considered vintage. This is, we're really living like, not in the future. You're not supposed to say it's the future, because the future hasn't been yet. Today's the present. Today's the present. But some may say it's the future. I don't understand how that would be in the present. But I almost called it the future. It's not really the future. For some, it's the future if they already died, because they're at peace and sleeping, or they made it to heaven. They made it right to heaven without having to be judged. Judge not, lest ye be judged. That's from the Bible. Judge not, lest ye be judged. So there are some people who don't have to be judged. And there are many other Bible verses, there are things from God and Jesus that let us know some people make it right to heaven when they die. They make it right to heaven when they die. And some people, most of us, have to be judged. And when they die, they sleep. And it's like they have no memory of their sleep, or they have no memory of their sleep. And it feels like a twinkling of an eye from when they die until Judgment Day. And I was hoping for that. I didn't see how it would ever be okay. I was hoping to get to be in heaven where I wouldn't have to go through any of the same problems. So what I'm working on is not sinning at all. But it's hard to do. Like when you make it through a trial and tribulation, like a difficult thing that you have to go through, and you're like right out of something that you had to go through that's so difficult, don't jump to the sin. Don't jump to the sin. Don't go to lust or thinking about sex or something like that. That's one of the worst sins, or the first, one of the most obvious sins. I don't know which ones are worse, but sexual immorality, if that's too out of hand, that can be one of the worst sins, because it can be fornication. At the extreme level of those kinds of things would be orgies and fornication that they didn't stop doing, and that leads to the lake of fire. That leads to hell. That leads to hell. So that could be pretty bad too. But I don't know which sins are the worst. Murder is bad. In some ways, killing may not be bad if it's not murder, like in war, or when people, don't ever hurt anyone. Always live for Jesus. Then you have no question about it. We're judged on how Jesus-like we are. Jesus is about kindness to others, but some people on their job, they have to shoot people, the bad guys or whatever. And I that's not for me. But that's for them. But that's how they, if there's some really bad guy about to shoot 10 people and the policeman shoots the bad guy, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, and that's what they do as their job. And they saved 10 people's lives, So they have pretty good jobs. My grandfather was a policeman. Really, his work was godly and good. And that's about the only power he has to help me with on earth. for police related stuff. He couldn't like make it like I got to be really cool and big and like they wouldn't do anything to me anyway or something like that. That would be wrong and sinful. I'd probably get in trouble for that. But he can help me with the Holy Spirit. He can help me with the Holy Spirit. He's helped me one time before, from after he died, or from heaven. God helped me. And so that's the only help I'd get from him, being like, he was like a really kind of high-ranked police officer, a really high-ranked police officer for what a police officer would be. And, you know, but it's not like the people in the army who are like a general or something. That's like huge. But, I don't know. Maybe that's not as huge. The president, that's really big. But that's more like somebody who talks, like an actor who knows how to really do political things that are supposed to help all of us. You have good ideas like the Kennedys. And that's the work that they really do, or did. They still do. One of them, a bunch of them maybe do. That's the kind of work that they do. I was kind of interested in that stuff, but then I got scared by the ones who were bad. There were like some other people who were bad. The Kennedys weren't bad. I think they're pretty good, but I don't know. Hi. Praise the Lord. Praise Jesus. Praise Jesus. They're really wealthy people, some of them. There's people in politics. Hey, I look pretty cool. It looks like I look pretty good. I didn't know I was going to film any more videos again. I thought I wasn't getting the views that I'd like. I wasn't, so I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. You know, a video with Tony Hawk himself, I put on my channel, and how many views did it get? 400. You know what that means? 4 cents? Is that 4 cents? No, it's like $1. It's like $2, but it costs $300. So that's not generally how I spent money on the budgets of my films and videos. I didn't spend that much comparatively to how much I got in return. It's not that bad. I mean, I feel like my work's gone kind of undiscovered yet. Or just, it hasn't gotten big enough yet. But it's because of how little money it earned compared to how much I thought I would have liked to have earned. Hi. There's a weight right here. I'm standing on it. I had to be pushed right up against the camera. Hi. I don't know what good even one more song would do. There are 560 something videos of me playing music on this channel. 560 videos of me playing music. So no matter how good I play, you know, I'm ready to play right now on a stage for billions of people. If it's broadcast across the entire world and there are 200,000 people in the audience, the biggest show on earth with me as the singer and guitarist, I'm ready right now. I'm ready to do it right now. But right now, the reality is that 3 people are watching this. Maybe I was wrong to say, that the reality, after all the live videos other people have done, it's like the world started to pass me by. So I don't want to get depressed about that. But I look forward to the next life. But this life is probably pretty good too. Maybe this life is okay too. I don't know. Like this house, who knows if I even own it or not, right? I could be thrown out in the street homeless tomorrow. I could be thrown out in the street homeless tomorrow, right? But for some reason, you look at it as if it's some earthly thing that I have. And for some reason, it's supposed to be some earthly thing, even though I could have to literally I'm afraid to lay down on those cardboard things because they could take those people away to jail, those homeless people. They can do that to homeless people now. So it's worse than just being homeless. You know, it's a fear of them being taken to jail for laying down on the streets on a cardboard thing. No. Or their health. Can you imagine their health is bad and also being homeless? I'm oblivious to the health things, but what happened was my mental health, well, physically my brain is really healthy and good. And physically my body is really healthy, but I was trapped in it. I couldn't die. So much suffering, unrest, turmoil, fears. I couldn't get to be at peace from it. And I couldn't see any way to get to be at peace on earth besides getting to be in heaven where there wasn't any more sin to have to suffer through. I haven't had turmoil. I've had fears. But I think before I had turmoil. I had turmoil, but the past few days or so I haven't had turmoil. That was when I was working harder on these videos. I was making sometimes 10 videos a day and still not getting enough views to pay my bills. I was making like, I shouldn't even talk about how little, $43 a month. $43 a month it was earning. I was making 10 videos a day. You know, other people don't do that, you know, unless they eventually get some kind of success. You know, my channel, the entire channel only has 12 million views. I've been at that since the year 2006. I've been at these videos on YouTube since 2006, and there are videos on this channel that I've been doing since 1987, and I have so many fears about just I guess that's from being selfish. So I guess that's from being selfish. But like, why does it look like I'm some cool big politician person, like I'm so cool and stuff? Because like, see, I didn't even realize it was because I thought that maybe one day I'd get to be the president of the United States, like somebody who's like really successful, and all I could see was that I didn't even see that because it hasn't happened and it's so small so far, kind of, or kind of big. But I'm not supposed to say it's small. I'm supposed to say that it could be kind of big, even though, like, what can I actually hold? Where is on paper all the money that I have in the bank? Where is that? I can't see it. I have $4,800 or $5,800. That's the money in my bank account. So, you know, considering some of it may be debt, and give or take a little bit, it may be $3,800. You know, it may not literally be $4,800 or $5,800. You know, it may be something like $3,000 or $2,800 with a credit card I have in my account. I could spend up to $15,000 or something on a credit card. That's credit. It's not real cash. You know, I don't know. So the only hope keeping me alive was that I'd get to do big things on earth one day. As of a few days ago, that was one of the new things that was like, hey, everything's okay, that God gave me. But it could be something totally different. It could be something totally different, has nothing to do with money, and then it's like, hey, it's okay to be alive and I want to keep living. It could be something, you know, it could be, so now it wasn't really that president thing. That was not supposed to talk about that. It felt a little bit wrong. Like it was like these like big, it felt like some big powerful earthly things that were like, I'm supposed to not talk about that. But that did make me want to keep it gave me a hope of a future that maybe that'll happen one day. I don't know if it'll ever happen or not. Like maybe if I keep working at these videos and I get enough views, like it's got, like if you work at something long enough, maybe by the time you're in your 60s or 70s, you could actually be president or something like that, or president of a company, or a CEO, or make $1 million or $800,000, like literally have an $800,000 net worth, or get to have a family, get to have your family, get to have your things that you like. I don't know what you like, but that $800,000 was some guy, for some other person who I don't know. But like to believe in others to have things too. So since I haven't been there with Danica and the kids, and she hasn't let me be there with them, besides sometimes I can go, sometimes I get to stay with them. I got to stay with them for 7 days. And I've been there for my mom and dad, and this is something I noticed, is that I've been there for my mom and dad, and their net worth went up since I've gone back to them. It's gone up like 3 times. Their net worth has gone up in value 3 times since I went back to them the past few years. And Danica's channel is, well, it's not like it used to be, but it's earning some money. It's earning okay money. It's earning pretty good money, like 100 times what mine earns or something, or somewhere like that. So she can make enough money for her and the kids, but it's probably less, and I'm not supposed to say or more, but I don't know. But she's earning less than she's been earning, and since I've gone back to my mom and dad, they've been earning more. But it's not because of me it's because of me believing in them. It's because of me believing in them. But I noticed that about Danica too. Like, I was really sad when I didn't get to be with her. I was really sad when I didn't get to be with her. It had nothing to do with money. I was just sad because I didn't get to be with her. And when I was with her, it was like everything was okay. Everything was okay. And now instead of her mom being sad when we were together, her mom felt alone, but she wasn't even alone. She's had hardly any suffering. She hasn't really had to suffer. Her mom has a good life. She has all her family in Texas. Even hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully I'll get back Danica and the kids. And then, but here's the miracle. Here's a new miracle for me, is that I'll have a storybook ending life. So I was hoping to get to die to be at peace. I couldn't get to be at peace. It wasn't from caffeine. I don't know what it would be from. And then a miracle happened, and God let me know as I was typing to Al. I got really sad about my daughter Ayla, and almost cried. Usually I cry about her every day, and usually I cry about Danica and the kids every day. I don't know, wherever they are. And I don't know. And so right now I don't know what money I have. I don't know what money I have. So I could have $0, or I could have some, I don't know what. Alexa, what's the weather like right now?
Good morning, John. The current weather is 44 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies and sun. Today's forecast has mostly sunny weather, with a high of 60 degrees and a low of 44 degrees.
Alexa,
also,
turn the volume all the way loud. Alexa, what's the weather?
the current weather is 44 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies and sun. Today's forecast has mostly sunny weather, with a high of 60 degrees and a low of 44 degrees.
Oh, great. Well, it's a miracle I'm alive, and I look okay too. And I'm not like the most ideal athletic person. Jesus is the most ideal. That's how we should try to strive to be like God and Jesus. Jesus and God. And the way to God is through Jesus. We have to be Jesus-like on earth. And we don't have to be poor necessarily unless God wants you to be poor or wants me to be poor. How great feeling some of them feel who are poor. They get to, it's like they don't have a care in the world. And some of them are have like a turmoil or some kind of like caffeine chain reaction, and who knows? Wonder if I should go outside. Wonder if I should go outside. Yo, try to get light on my face to look young. Hi. I used to work at that a bunch for my videos. I would only be in a video looking like this. Well, I just rubbed my eye in the video, but I'd go like this. Hi, hey, I'm really cool, good looking, or something like that, and I'd like Photoshop it or put makeup on right here if I thought that looked red, and I'd put makeup on it in there because I rubbed my eye, and I'd go, hi, hey, and I'd pretend that I always looked that way. And then sometimes I'd make a video of me looking like really good looking, and the actual image for the video, I'd Photoshop it and make it look even better, as better possible as you could do with film or video, good looking as it could. And then I'd put that online. It was like the only video I did all month or something. And then I'd go out there feeling like I really looked that way. I don't. That's maybe people do that sometimes on social media. They think they look really good, and they're like, yeah, that's how they look. And I don't know. That's normal. That's why I'm normal. I'm like one of them, but I'm not. I'm different from them, thank God. Hello. It's a little bit cold. It's not that bad. It was 73 the other day. Okay. Gee, that's good. Ayla. Hey. Hey. I made friends with a mouse in here. I made friends with a mouse in here. I guess some people walk down these steps slow. Like Al Bob, you gotta walk down them sideways. Because like your foot is... But I used to just run down them and run up them. But I've had to like... be like... I don't know. Like there's so many older people in my life, but they can all walk. They can all walk okay. And they walk around like they're young. They may have problems and they're like, oh man, it doesn't feel like good to their bodies. And then they get up and they walk around and everything's okay. And that's how all the older ones who I know are. And they're all about 30 years older than me, 20 something years older than me. To the oldest one is Mishka. And there are older ones too. Aunt Terry, but I don't see her every day. I haven't seen her, I don't know since how long. Hey.